Tonight, Target 8 is going undercover, exposing a contractor with a troubled past. We first told you about Bill Seacrest when he was a no-show snowplow driver.
Now, Target 8 investigator Susan Samples has uncovered that Seacrest has changed businesses, but not necessarily his ways.
Brian and Marley, all day we've been exposing contractors and showing you how to protect yourself. In tonight's edition, the cost of failing to do your homework before you hire. Hey, Bill. He didn't seem too surprised when we showed up recently.
How are you? It's Susan Samples from Wood TV.
Bill Seacrest is no stranger to Target 8.
I'm very sorry.
This is him talking to us a year ago from the Kent County Jail, where he was doing time on a drug charge.
This is not the way I operate my business.
Promising to make it right with his plow customers, including a woman with brain cancer whose co-workers raised the money to pay Seacrest, who later pled guilty to taking the cash and not doing the job.
It was never intentional.
Seacrest's excuse in that case, his plow broke down, a story his victims say he never shared with them.
When you're taking from people who are disabled and ill and weak and in a vulnerable state, it's just a whole nother level of deception.
That's why Seacrest's plow customers wanted to warn others, like Heidi Young.
I was furious.
But even if Young had seen Target 8's alert on Bill Seacrest,
I felt betrayed.
She says he never used his last name with her, instead calling himself William Eugene, his first and middle names. She paid him $1,550 this spring to do some remodeling on her Wyoming home.
This William person is going around just telling people that he's somebody he's not and has experience he doesn't.
When Young figured out who William Eugene really was, she called Target 8 to report that Seacrest, now out of jail,
avoid him at all cost.
Botched both of her jobs and failed to finish them, leaving a fence.
Obviously, this is unlevel.
And a slider half installed.
It's subpar. You can see by the door's out of plumb. The header's still not installed correctly.
Young says a city inspector told her the slider would have to be ripped out and redone. Young says Seacrest agreed to fix his mistake and told her via text message he'd been researching how to do it.
I've been reading and watching YouTube videos. This is a licensed contractor who has to watch a YouTube video on how to do a job.
Young says Seacrest didn't know to pull a permit either.
I had to pay a fine because we did work without a permit, which William specifically told me we did not need.
So talk to me about one particular job here recently that you didn't finish.
Seacrest told us he couldn't say much because Heidi Young has filed suit.
We just didn't finish the job. She was very angry and irate when we went to her house, and we agreed not to do any business with each other anymore.
I think he doesn't know how to do it and sells it as if he's had a lot of experience.
How's it going?
Target 8 wanted to see how Seacrest sells it for ourselves, especially after another tipster called to tell us Seacrest was repairing roofs, too. We set up a meeting to get an estimate on a leaky one.
You guys are licensed and all that?
Yep. I got my own business, Midwest Contracting.
Okay.
And I got business license, contractor's license, liability insurance.
But Target 8 found no record of a contractor's license for Seacrest or his latest business. And check out what Seacrest himself had to say.
How come you're telling people that you're licensed? You're not licensed.
I do have a driver's license.
You have a driver's license. Okay, but you've been telling people that you're licensed as a contractor.
Please stop harassing me.
So here are the takeaways if you're hiring a contractor. Ask to see identification to confirm their full name. Ask for proof that they're licensed to do the work you need and have liability insurance. Check online, check with previous customers and with the Better Business Bureau. Finally, ask the city if you need a permit for the work you're trying to get done, because that is ultimately your responsibility to get that permit. I'm Target 8 investigator Susan Samples.
All important things to keep in mind. Thank you, Susan. And our Target 8 series, Contractors Exposed, continues tomorrow morning on 24-hour News 8 Daybreak. We'll have a warning about yet another contractor. This one is already on probation for taking money and ditching jobs. Well, now a Grand Rapids couple says he's at it again.